welcome back to the Rugby Connection podcast, the only podcast that you need for all the action in the rugby world, and it's definitely the rugby world this week. We're in Melbourne for the Super Round and Super Rugby. We're in LA for the LA Sevens in the World Series. We're in Scotland, Ireland, Canada, Cardiff, and Wales. We're in South Africa for the URC.
We're in a bit of Canada.
Yeah, kind of, a little bit, anyway. But yeah, we're everywhere this week. Our trio's down to two. It's just me and Harv this week. Harv, how are you getting on?
I'm doing all right. Had a good week. We won our cup semi-final last week, and the final is this Wednesday.
God, all of it.
So yeah, this might be the first time we've ever brought back silverware to the uni. Yeah, no pressure at all. Just praying we do it.
Yeah, go for it. No, go for it. Oh, big one. I expect a big one now. Right, we're going to go to Melbourne and Super Rugby first because, in my opinion, this weekend, just for pure entertainment, Super Rugby stole the show. In my humble opinion. So we're starting off with the Blues beating the Highlanders 37 points to 29. The Rebels come back from the dead against the Force 48-34 to the Rebels. Moana Pacifica finally beating the Drua 39 points to 36. The Crusaders is not doing well without Scott Robertson in charge as the Waratahs beat them 37 points to 24. The Chiefs absolutely run roughshod on the Brumbies 46 points to 12. And then we go to the golden point to finish off Super Round, where the Hurricanes managed to edge out the Reds 38-33. What a weekend of rugby it was.
God, I mean, all on the same ground.
Yes. I like the concept, but I think they could have done it in maybe a more...
I would love to see more of this in other leagues. NRL, obviously, they do it every year. They did it in Las Vegas this week as their opening round.
Yeah, they went to Vegas, yeah.
Super League, Rugby League, they do Magic Weekend, all in one stadium over a weekend. I think it would be nice to see definitely Premiership and maybe French League do it. I think the URC logistics would be a bit difficult.
I don't know if you do it in a national stadium, so like Murrayfield, Aviva, Principality.
Yeah, the Principality could be a good idea.
And the South African team's already across for their legs. You probably could.
Well, if you plan around that, I think Cardiff's a good spot just because I wouldn't say it's the most accessible out of the three I'm thinking of, which would be Murrayfield, Aviva, and Principality.
I'd have it at Murrayfield just because it's easier for me to go to. But anyway,
well, yeah, obviously, I'm only thinking Principality because of size.
Size, yeah, it makes sense for it to be in Principality.
And put the roof up. Yeah, get the crowd going.
Thing is, you could do it for this Origin round that the URC has been doing the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
just saying. But anyway, back to Super Rugby. The Rebels, they were 34-19 down to the Western Force with 50 minutes on the clock. And then Carter Gordon and company just went, no, 48-34 was the final score to the Rebels. I don't know how. I don't know if it was just the Rebels like, look, lads, we're at home, we need to get a good show on, or the Force went, lads, we've done it. Nice and easy.
Well, the Force was not with them that day. I think the Rebels, I mean, we have, to put it simple, plainly, we have chatted a lot of shit about them in the last few weeks in terms of quality. Obviously, they've got so many money struggles. I mean, I was sending you stuff throughout the week. And to pull that result out of their arse is huge.
Well, nice win for the home crowd, though. Obviously.
No, of course. I mean, let alone that, I'm just saying with all the background stuff going on as well, a comeback win like that really sparks something up. And it reminds me of, was it Worcester's last result before they went under?
Big win. Yeah.
They took a big win. I can't remember who it was against. Could have been against Exeter or someone like that. But this is maybe of the same. It's maybe more of more of the caliber, I suppose.
I hope not. I hope that.
In the fashion they did it, I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, no,
not
I
saying
know.
it's going to be.
I
I'm
know.
not saying it's going to be a last match, but
Yeah, it was just a good game. Carter Gordon definitely silenced his critics. I know he got a lot of stick getting called up to the Wallabies squad for the World Cup and then didn't do great. But again, the whole Wallabies team didn't do great. He was outstanding. It was so good to watch. Andrew Kellaway as well, just rolling back the years. Beautiful. But my game of the weekend, Moana Pacifica getting that win over the Drua.
you knew there was going to be fire between these two.
Oh, good. Just it's a bit weird seeing Julian Savia in the 12 jersey, but I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. It's all good.
Oh, I mean, they moved Rico Ioane into 13.
It's very
So,
true.
I mean,
That's fair.
they moved George North into centre. It
It did.
happens.
You know who I'm absolutely in love with at the moment? I know he was on the losing team, but he was just everywhere in that game. Celestino Ravo Tomada, the winger for Fijian Drua. Oh, he's just electric. It's so good to watch him play. And
Fijian style.
just the beautiful dreadlocks as well.
Sounds like you're a bit of a man crush going on there.
I love him. I love Celestino. Can't say a bad thing about him. Just before we move on to a different league, what is going on with the Crusaders? Is it because Scott Robertson's not there? Is it because they've got some injuries?
I don't know. Everything everything good must come to an end. That's my only thing. You think about any dynasty, whatever you like to call it in sports, like a big run or whatever, everything's got to come to an end.
Very true. Very
And
true.
I'm just saying this is the Crusaders' end.
First time since 2014 they've lost their first two games for the Super Rugby season. First time is the heaviest defeat outside of New Zealand that Crusaders have suffered since 2016. It's not looking
Wow.
good, Brent. Yeah,
It's not.
but hey, people like to get new winners. I know it's very early on to say that, but
No, exactly. And I think for me, Super Rugby lost a bit of its charm when Crusaders just went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So, don't
might
know.
get back
Maybe
to it.
maybe this might spark a love again.
So it's time for predictions for week 3 of Super Rugby. Before we move on to anything else, may as well get it out of the way.
Right.
Moana Pacifica host the Melbourne Rebels.
After this week, I'm going to say the Rebels by 3.
Hmm. I can see that. I can.
I don't know about them travelling, but
You know what? I think this is Pacifica's first. I want to say it's their first game in Tonga because I know they're doing a few. I can't remember exactly when they're doing it this year, but I think Pacifica by 5 just for home advantage. But I could see the Rebels getting a big comfy win as well. Waratahs hosting the Highlanders. Hmm.
I am going to say the Landers by 12.
I think I'll be a bit closer. I'll go for Highlanders by 4. Yeah, sure. Why not? Fijian Drua hosts the Crusaders. Now, we all know what happened last year.
Yeah,
It's in Fiji, baby. Let's go.
I can see it happening again. Like any game that you gave me last year, I would have given it straight to Crusaders, but the
I
run
know.
they're on, the Fijian Drew are at home. They've got their strengths. Yeah, Drew by 3. I'm so conflicted in this one that
I want Drew to get not even like a last minute effort win. I want to see him get a convincing one. I want to see the Drew by 8. I don't know why, but then I can't. I don't know if I could cope with Crusaders having lost their 3
yeah,
opening games.
I feel like I'd be a bit mean there. Like they've just gone onwards and upwards, and then it's all just woo.
Put it back down. Brumbies versus the Force. Mm, I can see the Force winning this, and a former Brumby and friend of the show, Nick White, biting them on the ass because he's with the force now with Ben Donaldson.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the Force this year. All I'm thinking is the Brumbies are still one of the big Australian teams that won't give the Force an easy time.
No, it won't be easy.
Oh, I
I've got
mean,
4.6.
I'm still gonna go Brumbies by 10.
Fair, yeah, fair. This next game could be tasty though. Hurricanes versus the Blues.
Oh, um, I don't want to think too much about this because I've been conflicted so much. I'm gonna
Okay,
say the result that comes into my head: Blues by 7.
I like it. And finally, Queensland Reds host the Chiefs.
Did you not want to predict that last one?
I said Blues by 12.
Oh, didn't hear you. Yeah, Chiefs by 15.
Yeah, fair. I'll
I've
say
given
Chiefs.
comprehensively to like each away team,
You've been
apart
very generous to the away days. Yeah.
apart from the Brumbies. But
And Crusaders. You think the draw's going to win? That's
okay,
fine.
yeah, actually, I forgot about that.
Just
No, but I was so conflicted because I'm still thinking to myself like this is still the Crusaders. This is the team that
yeah,
everyone
I know,
this
but
team that everyone wanted to see come to Europe to whip Leinster, Saracens. Obviously, it's a few years past that, but
yeah, no, that's fair. And yeah, that was Super Rugby. Got the URC back this weekend, and it was an interesting weekend. So Friday night we had Munster demolish Zebra 45 points to 29. Edinburgh versus the Ospreys finished 19 points to 15 to Edinburgh, which I'm very grateful for. On the Saturday, Lions just ripped shreds into the Sharks, 40 points to 10. And that's why Cam's not here. He says he's doing a course, but we all know that's bullshit.
yeah,
Glasgow getting a very important win on the road to Benetton, 19 points to 9. Bulls doing what they do best this year, and they beat the Stormers, 40 points to 22. Connacht getting a big win in Galway, 26-10 over the Scarlets. Cardiff coming up just short against Leinster, 33 points to 20. And lastly, Ulster extinguished the Dragon at Kingspan, 49-26. Yeah,
just another week in the books. I don't think there's anything not
that
outstanding, but you know what I mean. Like it's nothing
it
big.
was it happened. That was it.
Business as usual.
The Edinburgh game annoyed me. I was there. We were 16
Well,
points.
you are an Edinburgh fan, Murray. Like
I know.
it's going to ride your emotions. Let's be
A
real.
win, a win's a win. I'll take the crucial 4 points. We're now fourth in the league, but we were 16-3 up at half time, boys. Come on. And the whole second half was just scrappy. So I'm happy that we got the win. And yeah, I'm more concerned now. I know we've been poking fun at Cam about it all season, but what is going on with the Sharks? Like, you look at the team on paper, they have a lot of Springboks that won that World Cup. And 40 points to 10 against the Lions. Come on now. I know the Lions are doing good this season, but come on.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's really not.
I I just fail to see like again where it's gone wrong.
Well,
Um,
what Cam would say. I know we don't like saying it, but I think the coaching is not helping.
no, of course not.
Mm.
But I'm actually lost for words. I mean, this is the side that are signing Andreas de Hazen and Zia Khaleesi for next season. Is it Zia Khaleesi?
No, they just got they lost here, Khaleesi.
Yeah,
They,
or
they've,
whatever.
they've signed Andreas Harrison, like you just said, but they have also brought back Trevor Ninkani, another World Cup winner.
That's definitely who I meant. Anyway, um, yeah, when you've got a side of that strength, it's I don't know. Like I really don't know what to say because at this point it's just confusing.
It is, especially when you even look, like, even just looking at the table. So just to quickly round up the table, after round 11 of the URC, Leinster top with 44 points, Bulls and Glasgow second and third with 40 points each. Edinburgh also fit top fourth and fifth with 34 points each. Munster in sixth, also with 34 points. Connacht in seventh with 33 points, and Benetton in that last playoff spot on 32 points. And way down the bottom on 10 points, the Sharks. Zebras in 13th. The Dragons are a point above them. I don't even know what's happening. It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. I'm very concerned about the Sharks. I'm not going to go into this whole, oh, they should have stayed in Sanzar and whatever stuff,
I
but
don't think it make a difference right now.
it won't make a difference. I'm only going to say, logistics might not have helped, this and that. I don't know.
It's just strange. Like you see Eben Etzebeth, Noxon and Che, and like Makazola Mapimpi and all that run out every week, and then not do even remotely well.
No, they get blown out every weekend.
Oh well. Sevens.
Yes, that happened.
For the first time in 19 years, France Sevens has won on the World Series circuit. And it's only took the maestro, the man that has left Union high and dry, 2 tournaments, Antoine Dupont. And he's making it look ridiculously easy. I know he's not the first 15s to come across to sevens. Sonny Bill Williams did it. Wade Cooper's done it. But I've never seen someone take it so easy. He was in the dream team for the Vancouver Sevens. He's in the dream team this week.
But also with Dupont, we've seen Union players go, 15 players, sorry, play sevens first, and then they kind of make their break at 15s.
Yeah.
Dupont was at the height of 15s. He was, in my eyes, and I think in most people's eyes, best player in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's ditched all of that. He had his World Cup, and he went, you know what? Home Olympics is next year. I'm going to play sevens, and I want to win a gold medal for my country.
Would it surprise you if France went on to win gold? Right now, would it surprise you?
If they win gold, Antoine Dupont could be the best player in history. If he goes back to if he wins gold, goes back to 15s and succeeds, could be the best player in history.
I think he's already went past he's like one in a generation. I think he's already surpassed that. Personally, he's making it look easy. I'm not the biggest sevens fan. I'm not the biggest sevens follower. I try to watch as much as I can. Obviously, being around the world, time difference does suck. But like, even just look at the clips that are on social media. Dupont is making it look easy against players that know nothing more than the sevens.
I will say though, what a win for sevens, because this is a series that was dying heavily after COVID. The RFU, SIU, WIU didn't want to participate, so we got a GB team. There was a much lesser participation in sevens. Then this year's calendar came out in the nicest way possible. It's shit. And it was really kind of losing following because I suppose sevens didn't have a TV deal. It had Sky back in the day.
Yeah.
Didn't have a TV deal. I know it was free on the World Rugby website, but no one's gonna, it's not as easy as just turning on your TV and going, oh, sevens is on.
I mean, to be fair, Rugby Pass TV's really helped that out, I think, as well.
Well, yeah. But what a win for sevens, getting possibly the biggest name in rugby right now.
Yeah. He's just a freak of nature, and he's making it look ridiculously easy.
I say he goes on to win that gold medal, comes back to 15s, best player ever in my eyes.
Fair enough. Just before we start going into previewing what's up for this weekend, let's finish off. We had some international rugby. this weekend in the Rugby Europe. I've seen your face there, and I love it. So
Do you want me to
I'll
do you want
let
me
you
to
do
take
it.
over? All right.
Yeah.
The Rugby Europe Championship, my favourite tournament at the moment, or especially this week because there was no Six Nations. So we finally reached the I don't want to say knockout because they're still going to play a game next week. They're still going to play a game next week, but the final stages.
Mhm.
I'll start off with the fifth to eighth place matches because obviously less significant. We had Netherlands play Poland and Belgium played Germany. Netherlands thrashed Poland as we all thought they would,
Yeah.
54-7, not
Mm.
surprising. Germany get a very, very good win over Belgium, 21-11. I'm surprised Germany didn't take it by more.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
finally get to wear my German top. I'm so happy.
I would say that Belgium haven't the haven't had the longevity at the top of the Rugby Europe pyramid for quite a while. So yeah, it probably Germany did go in as favourites that match. I'm surprised they just didn't win by more. But of course, Belgium also beat Portugal, so they are a force to be reckoned with.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're into the bread and butter, the playoffs. Um, Georgia versus Romania.
Oh,
We
absolute
yeah,
slapping.
yeah, 43-5 to Georgia. I mean, it's Georgia.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
They've been the dominant boys over the last God, however long. I can't remember the last time they didn't win one. And
Been
then
a while.
take you into possibly my game of the week.
Mm.
Portugal, Spain, the Iberian Derby.
Very good game. I have actually watched this game. Harp. To be fair,
Um, I tried to watch a bit, but I had a busy weekend. Uh,
shocking.
sorry. Anyway, um, back and forward in the first half. Spain go in with a 2013 lead. I'm thinking, oh shit, but I said that in Portuguese. It's not going to go right here. And then 50th minute, Portugal just take control. For the next 20 minutes, the whole game is theirs. And they
Yeah,
just getting points and points and points and points on Spain. And Spain score a last minute try, but unfortunately, it's just to get them within 3 points. 33-30 to Portugal.
what a good game of rugby. So it was.
Incredible game of rugby. This is the rugby we live for.
It was this weekend anyway.
Well, yeah,
But
but still.
returning this weekend is it's the big brother. The big brother comes home this week because the Six Nations is back, and it's getting tasty. There's rumours circulating around squads and fallouts, and so we said last week that Fabian Gatti was going to get sacked. He's not. He's been backed, so it's all good.
Hmm.
Which I believe you're happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So let's preview and predict week 4 of the Guinness Six Nations. So starting off in Rome, Italy versus Scotland. I'll let you start.
I think Italy have something up their backside. My only issue is they're at home.
Mhm.
And I don't know why and for what reason they just do not play well at home.
Well, in Rome anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's because they feel like they have less of a point to prove or something like that. But yeah, I think Italy's performance over France
Mhm.
shows that they are not here to mess around. They have
Yeah.
put in two comprehensive performances.
Yep. They're really good against England, really good against France. The lesser against Ireland, the better. But yeah.
Yeah, silent. So I would think that this will be a much closer game than people are eking out.
Hmm.
But I don't know why in my head Italy just don't play well in Rome, and I have no reason why, and it really annoys me.
Fair. So I don't. I fully expect Scotland to go practically full whack for this game because there's no such thing as it's just Italy anymore. This is still a very important. This is a must win for us to be in even a sniff of next week. And yeah, let's just go for it, boys. You've said it. They don't perform well in Rome for whatever reason. Italy, obviously not. Well, Scotland haven't performed great over the last decade in Rome, but we're getting better. We're getting a bit more comfortable with it now. So I think ride that momentum and just go for it. I think take it. I'll take a win by 12 with a BP. I'll take that.
Okay.
If it's tighter, then obviously I'm a bit more panicky. I'd love Italy to do well, but I don't want it to be against us. I know that's very, like you say, everyone says that, but
Mm.
yeah, I'm confident. I don't think the confidence has ever been this high within the squad overall, not just for the one game. Like we know what we can do. Give it to Duhan. Finn's still 100% off the kicking tee. It's ridiculous to think that we're going into round four and Finn Russell still not miss a kick off the tee. Duhan playing some of his best rugby. It's going to be interesting in the centres though, because Sione Tuipulotu is out injured. So I'll ask you then, Harv, do you go for Cam Redpath? I imagine Hugh Jones stays at 13. So
Hmm.
so do you go for Cam Redpath at 12? Do you bring in Stafford McDowell at 12? Hmm. People are
I
saying
don't know because they
Harris.
they
But
complement Tuipulotu and Hugh Jones complement each other so well in
they
the
do.
fact that you've got a bigger crash ball, and then you've also got someone you can play off. Bringing in Cameron Redpath, I don't think is right because I don't think that Hugh Jones can then play a crash ball center as well as Tuipulotu.
Okay. I'm just thinking,
Obviously,
obviously,
obviously you're at a loss. Simple.
yeah,
There, there's no easy way in just saying, you know, we can make it work. Like you're at a deficit, no matter how much. Like,
yeah. I'm just thinking. So if you go for Stafford's a bigger centre. You've
mhm.
got that Glasgow link up with you, so that kind of doesn't really change things. Because obviously Sione is also at Glasgow, but and the reason I really want to see Cam get the job done, he has that link up with Finn every week in the Prem with Bath, and then
Yeah,
I think Hugh Jones is just talented enough to rub off whatever they two are cooking up.
I just suppose then if you then change it to a more dynamic game and in the back line, I'm not saying that it isn't already,
Hmm.
um, but it's almost very similar to Italy,
Could be,
too
yeah,
similar.
yeah, it's fair.
And I don't know whether you just need to sort of just attack the back line in the way that you need to be physical, crash ball,
Mm.
and play against this league's weaknesses rather than just have two of the same or similar game plans against each other.
Mm. That's fair. No, I agree with that.
So that's why I'm a bit concerned. It's just there's no presence of a big wrecking ball of a center.
The other headache, and again, overall, it's not a bad thing, but the back row for Scotland. So I think Matt Fagerson's back now. Do you do you have Fagerson, Darge, Dempsey, bigger lads with like Andy Christie, who's been playing immaculate rugby all season, come off the bench like he's been doing consistently this campaign. Jamie Ritchie earned the trust back of Gregor Townsend against England. Where does he fall into this? Obviously, because Matt was hurt. There's a few options you could do in back row. Obviously, Hamish Watson's been recalled. There's good options there, and it's definitely a really good headache to have. And I think if whatever Gregor Townsend and the coaches decide on, you read it and go, yeah, makes sense. Fair enough. I just can't see who goes where, who gets dropped. I'd love to see Andy Christie get a start, but I can't see him if Matt Fagerson's fully fit. I can't see him starting over Matt. Rory
I,
Darger's the captain.
I mean,
Like,
I've got a headache just listening to that, let alone what the coaches might have.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's such a difficult decision. I actually couldn't tell you, if I'm really honest.
I feel like there's no wrong answer though. I know that's a good thing, but I
There,
feel like
there, yeah, there is no wrong answer. You have got a whole plethora which could all, slightly different styles, I suppose.
yeah, no, that's fair. I
I
give it that.
think maybe you're just going to have to play to Italy's weaknesses. That's really it.
What's your prediction? I said Scotland by 12.
Scotland by 6.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
On the Saturday, good old rivalry at Twickenham. England versus Ireland.
Yay!
Say it with a bit more gusto, Harv. Come on.
What?
I'm so conflicted with this because historically it's not been a pretty game. It's always been fairly down to the wire for the most part.
Yeah, and for the
But
last few times I can remember, there's always been some sort of a red card, which wasn't a red card last year with Freddie Stewart. I just want to bring that back up.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
It was never a red.
But there's also reports coming out this week that the England camp just not doing great at all. There's arguments. Apparently, you have had like next to like zero attacking training for quite an attacking like field that you could operate on. Quite worrying that you aren't working on. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit strange.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
hear that
listen,
come out.
there's been just so much concern in the defence to the point where I don't know if they're just overstressing it. I don't know if the thing is with Ireland, it is the toughest test of the
Yeah.
Six Nations.
Mhm.
So lads are targeting it the most. Lads are going to want to put the work in. I don't know if maybe they're just overcompensating on one aspect of the game that they know they're weak on. I think that are we expecting Ireland to attack? Are we expecting Ireland to come out physically, try and defend that? I don't know.
On the plus side,
Mhm.
Alex Mitchell and Marcus Smith have returned to training. Will they be the big difference? I don't know.
Will they
It's a
even play? That's my issue. I don't
big risk.
think
A
so.
huge risk.
Because these were both injuries that would see them both out of the Six Nations.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've put them back in now
Why now?
worries
Like,
me.
yeah.
I don't think you can play them, or at least start them. I
It's too risky in my
Oh,
eyes.
100%. And listen, George Ford's been doing the job.
Mhm.
Um,
Like,
so
I still think like Finn. I know it's a big game, so it probably will be
yeah,
George.
that's my only concern. I could say mix it up against France purely because it's the end of the Six Nations. We won't have anything awful much to play for. France aren't looking their strongest.
Mm.
I'd say that's the only time where I could see it happening. But yeah, I'm just
Question
yeah,
is
go on.
how do you stop Ireland? And I know every game's different, so it could be very close. Like nobody knows until we're there watching it. But just looking at how Ireland have been in the first three rounds, how do you stop that?
I don't know.
Pause.
I'll give you that solid answer. Um,
Ruck
they're
speed's
just
obviously a big thing. The ruck speed that Ireland hit.
was about to say dominant in the rucks, dominant in scrums.
You can just slow it down. I feel like if like Genji or Itoji can kind of just get in
Yeah,
there.
if you can disrupt a rhythm because they play
Yeah.
in perfect symphony.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the game plan will kind of just be to tear up Ireland, force them into mistakes.
I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like because this will be eating away
This this
this will be eating away at Felix Jones because he was the defence coach for the Springboks, and really the only blip the Springboks had at the World Cup was Ireland.
mm,
He is an Irishman. He's so like, his job is now to again stop the Irish, and he's just had and done, obviously. But like Jack Crawley's now getting comfortable into that starting 10. Bundiaki, like, we've praised Bundiaki so many times. I believe Hugo Keenan's now back to full fitness.
I just
It's
think man for man, they have everything covered on us.
yeah.
I don't think the scoreline will show it, but Ireland will not cruise, but and I'm saying this purely from a perspective that Ireland are the best team in the comp.
Mhm.
I'm not saying this as a position of I think we're crap. I just think we're coming up against the best team in the comp, and we haven't sorted out much yet. We haven't sorted out anything yet. It's going to take a long while to settle into a new system.
It will. It absolutely will. See, I've convinced myself of like two really weird things, and it's more because I kind of need it to happen as well to make next week more interesting. I can see Ireland winning with a fairly comfortable scoreline, but not with a bonus point. So it comes from like the boot of Jack Crawley. But then again, I'm like, it's not how Ireland have played
No,
at this campaign. So if they're going to win, it's going to be emphatic. It's going to be with a bonus point. They're going to have the Six Nations one because you can't catch them.
yeah,
The Triple Crown would still be up for grabs next week. But that bit in my head that just makes next week more juicy. I was like, if England could keep it tight with Ireland or even pull off a win and Scotland then obviously do the job over in Rome, then you're looking next week at like it's winner take all. There's like 1 or 2 points in it.
yeah.
I'm trying to think like full bias. I need England to do the job, and I never thought I'd be saying that.
Well, I bloody hope we do the job, and I also hope Italy do the job. So, um, yeah. If I had to say, I'm gonna go Ireland by 17, but I don't think that scoreline will show will tell the full tale.
I'm gonna say Ireland by 14, but not with a bonus point.
Ooh, I was thinking more of like a 34-17.
Nah, 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 nah. Can't have a bonus point.
Okay.
Purely from us, it is from a very selfish point of view. And I know that all the Irish are going to come in and yeah, but you're not going to win in Dublin anyway. Blah 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 blah. Shh, that's next week. I'm just thinking if
Yeah, but they'd be
Scotland
right.
shut up. If Scotland get a bonus point win over Italy, that takes us to 14 points. No, yeah, 14 points. And if Ireland get a win, or even, if England beat Ireland, Ireland are only 1 point ahead of Scotland, which even as a neutral, that makes it juicy for next week. Because then you don't have to worry about points differential and all that. It's simply go out and win. But whereas if Ireland get a bonus point win, the Six Nations is finished. Can't catch them. It's all about the Triple Crown then. Which again, I'll take. So yeah, Ireland by 14, not a bonus point. Jack Crawley's kicking is going to get you the win. There we go. Finally, on to the Sunday. Wales versus France. And I can see Wales getting a win here. I think now go for it. Yeah, I can see it happening. It's in Cardiff. France are not playing great. Wales are getting better by the game. They're obviously it's a younger team, but they're starting to grow within themselves. And yeah, why not? I can see it. I can see a shot happening this weekend.
You are delusional.
Oh,
Wales are gonna
where's
get.
the
I'm not gonna say pummeled, but they're gonna get beaten. Like they're not gonna get scraped and they're not gonna get hammered. They're gonna get beaten.
I don't know. France,
I,
the
I,
French can't
I, I
go in disarray. Like, think about it, right? Is there a game that you have seen this Six Nations that France have played in, and you thought, yeah, they deserve to win that?
no.
Right. They got blitzed off the park against Ireland.
Well, apart from the Scotland one.
No, no, they didn't. They didn't deserve to beat us. We all said it was a try. I know that the decision stand. Blah blah blah. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
those
but
are
they
all
would have
there.
deserved to win it anyway. Anyway, let's move
They
on.
wouldn't deserve to win
Um,
that. Then Italy got robbed by them for not getting to retake the kick. So France are nowhere near where they should be.
no, they're nowhere near where they should be, but also Wales are nowhere near where they should be. They have
But you don't know, how do you know where Wales are meant to be?
they have every aspect of their game around 60, 70%, right?
I think
There
so
is
far.
no there is no and one aspect might be 100%, but all the rest aren't.
Mhm.
They are not complete at all. There is nothing in that Wales team that is complete.
But
I
there's
am
nothing complete in
refusing
that.
to believe that they win a game in the Six
I
Nations.
can see that. I can see them beating France. I just think it's because it's in Cardiff as well. Like it's not easy. We've all established it doesn't matter what Welsh
They got
team
beaten
rocks
off
up.
Italy in Cardiff 2 years ago.
But that was an old Cardiff. That was an old Welsh team. This is new.
You,
This
you
these
got you got they got beaten by you lot in Cardiff for the first time since 2001.
just
I do not physically care. France are going to win. I'm sorry. I genuinely cannot believe anyone that says Wales are going to win this week.
wrong. I think Wales
It'll
will
be
go.
it'll be closer next week against Italy, I think.
Again, that's next week. I'm not joining.
I'm sorry. There is absolutely no way Wales are winning this.
So what's your prediction then? Just to round off the show.
France by 12.
Oh, that's harsh,
Again,
man.
they're going to get beaten. It's going to be like a boring 12-point victory.
A boring 12-point victory.
Where Wales like they don't look like they're going to get the 12-point gap's always going to be there. Wales don't look like they're going to get any closer.
Right. Okay. I think Wales by 3.
You're a madman. You know this.
I'm not a madman. France have done nothing this campaign to show me even like a slither that they're going to get a comfy win. I know you said 12 won't be comfortable or it's going to be a boring 12, but 12's barely comfortable.
Still, you know what, Murray? I do not care.
That's fine. At least we've actually had a
Um,
little debate instead of because most of the time we just end up agreeing.
well, yeah, because there's a whole what's it called? Usually, there's a system where one team will beat the other team because they're better. You have come up with a ridiculous statement, which you've done
No,
it
that's
to
not.
be you've done it to be quirky or some other reason.
No, I'm not.
Done it for a few TikTok views, baby.
What what's that? But what has France done? This
They're,
campaign.
they're, I'm sorry. How do you think they're going to beat that Wales team?
I think they'll get in their own
My
head.
local club thirds could beat that Wales team.
No, they couldn't. Don't
Yes, they
lie.
could. I'm sorry. That Wales team is still diabolical. They've had a few aspects of their game that have worked. They are not a complete package.
No, they're not a
They're
complete
half
package.
a
You're right.
package.
That's fine, but they're still about the same as what France are right now. France have been really. I've hated watching France play this campaign, and France are usually one of the more entertaining teams. They have been absolute
Listen,
dog.
I don't want to hear anymore. You've mentally hurt me.
That's fine. I say Wales by 3. You say France by 12, and I'm pretty sure we agree on the rest.
Pretty much.
There we go. Well, that's been the Rugby Connection podcast. I don't believe is Rugby Europe back next week. No.
Don't know. What do you mean
No.
the final?
Oh no, the final's in 2 weeks. So next week, Super Rugby, which should be fun. It's always fun in Super Rugby. And then the big one with the Six Nations. We have a special co-host next week, and I'll leave you to it. I'll leave it at that. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on all of it. Get engaging with us because we love it. We like talking to everyone. And yeah, and we'll see you next week for blistering Six Nations.
Goodbye.
See you later. Ta-ta for now.